This podcast is sponsored by One Gutter Guard, the premium gutter guard that delivers the highest performance, quality, and value to your customers. From its different mesh filters to its unibody construction, One Gutter Guard can be the difference maker in your business. Are you interested in becoming part of the exclusive dealer network? Contact them today at onegutterguard.com or just give them a call. Now back to our show.
Oh, I didn't know. Pardon me. No, I'm totally joking. Robert Smith, how are you, my friend?
Oh, man. Well rested. These beds are comfortable.
Yeah, I slept pretty well last night. So, hey, let's jump right into it. Thanks for joining me. We're obviously here together at the amazing Georgian Terrace, where we're going to be hosting the summit October 9th, 10th, and 11th in Atlanta. And you haven't actually joined me or Tim for one of these live Q&As. And I don't think you've done one yet, have you? I was going to say it might have been months, but no, it's just been podcast.
Yeah, just podcast. I was in the background when we were out at the beach, but have not been on a Saturday yet.
So just to
get you all right.
Yeah, no, well, you're here now, right?
Heck yeah. Great day to pop my chair.
There you go. Hey, guys, I want to let you know about the summit, which is why I'm here. And if you see, me and my partners have been doing a lot of traveling. We're looking to set up these type of events all over the country for you. But today, I just want to let you know that first and foremost, I am here to answer questions about gutter business. So if you guys want to ask any questions in the comments, me and Rob will do our best to answer those questions. But in the meantime, until I see any of those questions, let's tell you a little bit about what we have planned for you at the summit. Yesterday, Rob got a little sneak peek of what the Spectra tour will look like for you VIP members. Rob, what do you think about that place, man?
In most cases, you don't want to know how the sausage is made. In this case, yesterday was unbelievable. I feel like I learned more about the products that I use yesterday than I have in the last couple of years.
Very, very cool. Exactly. And I think it's cool to see like some of the new stuff that they're coming out with, right? I think we ran into a pallet of some stuff and I was like, I want a box of that, I think that's what's really cool about being partnered. And I'm not talking partnered with the summit. I mean, partnered with your supplier. And something I just really enjoy about Spectra, one of the many things I really enjoy about them is that they're always doing lots of new cool stuff. Let's step back a little bit here and talk about some of the old cool stuff that they do. And we got to see in half of an entire building where they had some engineers over there, and they are trying to fix some of the small issues that they have. They hear what you guys are talking about out there. Trust me, they see all the comments. They see all the positive comments because I have a positive experience with them. You have a positive experience with them. Lots of people are having really positive experiences with them. And then there's some of you guys and gals out there that have maybe not have the greatest experience with them, maybe due to the twisted elbows or some downspout issues. And listen, they're the first people to say, you know what, we recognize the problem and they are fixing it. I'm seeing big checks being written. And as we saw the other day, right, they have several engineers in there and they're building new molds, new machines. And I'm inspired by that because all of us need to grow. And for a $500 million company to not continue to push stuff to the back burner because they can, but that's not what they're doing. They're diving straight in. They're fixing problems. They're creating solutions. And I'm really proud of Spectra. Hey, Tim, I don't care what you say, man. Come say hi to me. We got Tim Crouch over here. What's up, guys?
What's going on, Tim?
Hey, Tim, maybe you could just give me 2 seconds here from right there. I got a gentleman on here, Otel Claxton, and he wants to know, can you talk about paid Google ads or Google sponsored? Just give me your 2 cents on that. Should you sponsor or should you do a paid ad? And is there a difference there? And they might not be able to hear you because of this, but you just gotta
Paid ads.
paid ads. Tim's saying go paid ads, not sponsored. Or is organic the better way to go? I think you need to have
You need to have both.
You need to have both of those. And can we explain a little bit more about Google Guaranteed? Yeah, so Google Guaranteed, what that's going to do is that's really going to get you up at the top of the list. It's kind of like maybe a pre-qualifier, right? So you're going to pay them some money. Let's do this, Otello. I'd like to get you on a call. I'm always big on giving out my cell phone number. It's 737-329-3914. Because there's a lot in that conversation, and I want to serve you as best as possible. Rob, do you have any insight into that, though?
So, Google Guaranteed is kind of like your best friend vouching for you in the marketing world, right? So it helps you get to the top of all of your ads. Whenever you go into Google, you search for a company. There's always those couple of companies that are on the top that get that nice little green check there. And it signifies that Google says, look, this is a great company. We've done our background checks on them. We've done our research. We know that this is going to be a great company for you to work with. And it helps. I mean, everything helps. Organic, absolutely, you need that. Paid ads, unless you're going to, unless you figured out some other way than to pay Google for ads or really pay for ads anywhere, you're going to need it.
No, absolutely. I think that deserves a. Again, totally joking.
I love it.
So I wonder if anybody. And listen, the way that you advertise is definitely going to make or break your business. I think at this point, I don't have to continue to throw out these disclaimers and say there's different strokes for different folks. Everybody in the industry knows that, whether you're in a rural area, a major city, but point blank, the way that you advertise is definitely going to make or break your company. Now, if you come into business and you got a brother-in-law who owns a roofing company or remodeling and he's able to just feed you all of these leads, that's a different story, right, Rob? But word of mouth is fabulous. I mean, there's a bunch of ways, but you got to advertise. And we recommend Mr. Pipeline, right? We have a good relationship with them. They do fantastic work. And unfortunately, there is some parameters to using Mr. Pipeline. And if someone's already using it in your area, one thing I really respect about John and their team over there. And so their team is Evan and Jacob, if you want to reach out to those guys and just see if there's room in your area, because they do exclusive territories and they do not play games with that. And I really respect that. A lot of people talk exclusivity, but they're wheeling and dealing behind your back. Not these guys. I have a couple friends in their areas.
Amazing.
Yeah. I have a couple friends in some areas and I'm like, you got to use Mr. Pipeline. Like I called them and I can't. And that's just the way life goes. And I think that we have some partners on our website, if I'm not mistaken, that John Majak would refer you to if you can't use Mr. Pipeline. I can't speak for that specifically, but I know that they're willing to help you out and recommend the next best thing. I'm just still talking about marketing and recommending, like, if your marketing can make or break your company.
Oh yeah,
you've definitely gotta market. I want to show you guys around a little bit here, even though I'm on the laptop. Tim's always looking sharp, man. I'm just trying to keep up with this guy here. So we're in one of the rooms, kind of where the entrance here. But this place is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not going to sit here and say that gorgeous is the only thing that you're going to pay for income. But it is nice when you're in a really nice environment. And, I don't know, the air's not stagnant in here. Feel really alive going on. And, I mean, they just have all these elegant stairs and walkways. There's going to be, and I'm going to guarantee it, I'm going to put my reputation on it, there's going to be some magic here. Rob, what's been your favorite part about the stay so far?
The favorite part. Look, man, this place is like a labyrinth. It's kind of hard to choose which room has been my favorite. I mean, obviously the bedroom where I get the best sleep, but really, I mean, there's not one part of this hotel that is abandoned looking or, ugly or,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
it's everything is, it's insane. It's kind of like the TARDIS, right? It looks small on the outside. You get inside, it's big, but there's so many different pathways everywhere. You can start out going downstairs in one area, get to the middle, look right up. Here we go.
Yeah, where are you right now?
Walk through here.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah.
so
yeah,
I'm down in the
Okay.
business center, right?
Okay.
So no matter what, just because I'm on vacation doesn't mean that I don't have business to do, right? And during the summit, there's going to be a lot of people that have to do business as well while they're here. They've got great Wi-Fi. They've got a great business center over here. If you forgot your
Yep.
laptop, which way am I going? There we go.
Yeah,
They got computers available for you.
that's cool.
But you can come down out of breakfast and go right back up to the front, head back to your room if you want. They have amazing conference rooms here, tons of places to lounge at, very comfortable chairs. It's awesome.
Hey, Rob, let's talk a little bit about what we saw yesterday and the suites. I really want to tell you guys about the stay here. Okay, we can talk till we're blue in the face about the summit and the value. We're going to have some training. You're going to have to come and find out what the training is. In our VIP, we're going to have hands-on training. But here on site, we're going to have some mental training, some mental toughness. We're going to give you and help you refine that courage and that motivation. We're going to talk to you about, listen, figure out your numbers, know your numbers. Tim's going to re-explain the boomerang effect again and how you're not spending money. You're just throwing some money out there when you know your KPIs. We are going to build you up and make you strong in so many different ways. We're going to give you the opportunity to leave here fresh off of a nice mental workout. But besides that, staying here with your family, your team, your spouse, this is definitely the place. Let's talk about the fact that when you take a trip, it's not free. It's an investment into your business. And sometimes you may decide, do I want to bring the family? Do I not want to bring the family? Do I want to bring a couple of my head installers? Do I want to bring my salesperson? Why wouldn't you? Let's hit the nail on the head here. With your salesperson, maybe your most senior installers, your general manager, your administrator, we're going to have these courses here that are going to help literally change the way you do business. And when I talk about changing your life, if you're the owner of a business or if you're just the manager, isn't getting you a nice raise, isn't changing that net profit from 4% to 15% or from 12% to 25%, isn't that life-changing, Rob?
Oh, yeah. Look, I live and die by 5%, but sorry, got people coming through here.
No, that's right. We got people everywhere. Hey, they know us. We're like royalty here, right? Now they know we've been in every orifice of this place.
Absolutely. Now, see, the rooms here have every amenity from like you have at home. I mean, they have a full kitchen, they have multiple bedrooms, a nice living room. You don't all have to be crowded in one little space. And by all means, bring the wife. Within walking distance, there's salons, there's spas. Hell, they get a spa upstairs. Yeah. So while you're downstairs learning, your wife can be upstairs getting pampered, right?
Yep.
I know a lot of us, when we go on trips like this, our wives want to come, but whenever they get here, there's nothing to do for them, right? So they sit at the hotel or they sit with the other wives or, whatever, they hang out in the room all day. Here, there's actually stuff for them to do. I mean, we're right across the street from the Fox Theater.
That's what I was going to say. Rob, will you carry on? I want to move location here and just go into a little bit more of one of the other spots. Tell them a little bit more about that 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites. You saw it all.
Oh, absolutely. So, a lot of times whenever you have hotel rooms or hotels rather that have multiple rooms inside the hotel, it feels like a very cramped space. You know, you're basically walking through hallways with doors on each side. The kitchen is tiny and cramped. These kitchens are huge. Look, I'm a big guy. I got plenty of room. I could prep a 5-star meal for my entire family in that kitchen.
You
With
could.
no problem. And it's all right if you're not the cooking type. There are tons of restaurants within walking distance of here. All right.
Yeah, and there's several
I mean-
restaurants right here on site as well, too.
Oh yeah, the Livingston, man, that place looked amazing. I had my, I went downstairs this morning and got coffee from their coffee shop here. Their Americano is delicious. I'm actually, I'm still riding high on it from this morning. That was at 6 a.m. So
I'm getting ready to
it's
take them up
everything here.
to the mezzanine here.
Oh, you're gonna take them up there? All right.
Yeah, we're gonna come up here. We have access to this whole entire hotel when we're here, and see if I can give a little spin around here. So this is part of where we're going to be eating, and yeah, I'm going to sit down here and carry on.
Okay. Yeah, no. So the Livingston serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We were just in there a little bit ago. Everything smells so delicious. The people are all very friendly. You know, it's not like the convention center where you go there and everybody's got a job to do. You walk by, excuse me, sir. Hello, sir. Hey, can you help me? And everybody's just running off. Here, you don't even have to ask a question. You just have to look a little puzzled and somebody stops and says, hey, can I help you? Is there anything that you need? Can I show you how to get somewhere? Everybody here is just wonderful. I mean, they took us around yesterday and treated us like royalty.
Yeah, it was fabulous. And I think the intimacy, again, you guys, me, Tim Crouch, John Majak, John DeLue, Rob's included. I mean, Chris Dabrowski, Corey J, Tina Hart. There's other people in our circle. I could list off a ton of people that are in our program right now that also care about you. And I mean, Rob, do you care about any other gutter company on the planet, or is it just all about you?
Well, even though I am the main story or the main character in my own story, I care about everybody. You know, it does get me in trouble, admittedly, sometimes, but I don't care. You know, I'll talk to people until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, answer whatever questions I can, help them out. Even guys in my own market. You know, I talk to Ryan all the time. I talk to Justin Walker, Adam Blair, and I want everybody to succeed, right? Especially in my area, because if I can help other guys in my area raise their prices, raise the value of their company, that just means that we can all charge more and make more, right? At the end of the day, if you're charging more and you have more profit, well, it's only natural you're going to grow, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to be just redundant about it. The Gutter Summit's going to change your life. And I want to go back to the intimacy, why we picked the spot. So we brought Spectra over yesterday, and I think they were more than thrilled with the location, right? And I kept telling them again, and they weren't asking, but I like to tell because I want my partners to all be on the same mission. And that's what I was saying about John, and Tim. We're not here just to sell you tactics. We're not here just to sell you the gutter growth or secret weapons or Mr. Pipeline. We would advise you to purchase those things that work. But the mission at hand is to unite the gutter industry. I don't care about that competitor that's selling for $4. If he wants to be a part of the uniting, we're going to just teach him about how to raise up his prices and why. When someone needs support, we're going to support them. You guys, you see, there's all these new people coming in and people get frustrated, right? Rob, have you ever had a moment? Because I don't really, but I understand why people do. Every day, someone asks the same questions. Hey, what are you guys charging in your area? Hey, what ladders would you recommend? Hey, which machine is better, KWM or New Tech?
There are a lot of the same questions out there.
Yeah. And do you want to know why?
Yeah. Why?
Because they're not watching my live and asking those questions. But here's why. They don't probably know about the live. So, hey, you guys, if I've ever done anything for you, do something for me and just share the live. Watch the live. I'm not getting paid from this live. I want to get my name out and let people know that I'm here and my team is here. Rob's here. There's a lot of people here to support you. A lot. And when you come to an event like this and you get the opportunity to network, and then all of a sudden you're teaching someone something that works for you and you have an aha moment and you're able to maybe go up 3% in your net, go up 5-10% in your gross, go down 1 to 5% in your material costs, maybe stay even in your labor costs, but offer a better career than a job. I could go on and on and on. And we just want to share that information with you. So we could just open a bunch of businesses and keep all this information for ourselves and sit back and laugh and go, ha, 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 ha. Caleb Dodge has no clue that we've got a member in his area and we're going to smoke all the competition.
Yeah, where's the fun in that, though? Right? Because if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I think ultimately what you, Tim,
one-liners,
and all of Gutter Growth, you want to help everybody raise up, right? You don't want to be at the top of the mountain by yourself. What the hell is the point of that? I mean, yeah, so you reach the peak, the pinnacle of everything, but then you're alone. Why be alone? You know, if you've got a band of brothers and sisters there with you. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I think we have a slight lag. I didn't mean to interrupt. Carry on, man.
Oh, all right. So whenever you have a band of brothers, sisters, family there with you, helping to lift you up, I mean, don't you think that you're going to go much further than if you had just bumped against the wall trying to figure it out for yourself? I mean, I know that I did for many years. And I feel like just in the past few months that I've been with you guys here in Gutter Growth, I've grown not just in business, but in my own personal life by leaps and bounds. You know, there are things that I've had conversations with you about that I don't know that I ever would have figured it out, or I ever would have had the presence of mind to think about the problem in that way.
Like that way. You know what I think is the most encouraging about this opportunity, and I'm very humbled by it, and I don't hide behind it. Tim Crouch, man, this guy gave me the opportunity that I'd been dreaming about, right? So I had been in my own little head, and I work for a big franchise, and the support that they give and the ideas and the camaraderie. Tommy Brogdon just commented, "Love your servant's heart." This is the gentleman that gave me this amazing watch that I'm wearing. I don't know if all of you guys have seen it.
That is a nice watch. I saw that last night.
Matter. The guy has a servant's heart, talking about he loves my servant's heart. Hey, look at where I'm sitting. I found the secret. Yeah, and what I was envisioning was this behind me because I like theatrics. So Tommy has become more than just he owns his own brother's gutters, but talk about a servant's heart. It was only just a couple conversations with him that I knew that I wanted to have the same heart as Tommy. And when Tim gave me this opportunity to own Gutter Growth with him, it was a very emotional experience because I knew that him and John were going to let me be me and serve and give. You guys, I'll tell you right now, keep your eyes out over the next week. I'm doing another tool giveaway. It's going to be even bigger. It's going to be even badder, and it comes right from my heart. We'll call it From Gutter Growth, but it's going to come from Big Papa right here. last guy that won was the gutter guy out of Corpus Christi. I went down and handed it to him. And that's what the servant's heart is about. I so badly want the gutter industry to feel inspired, to get along, to respect each other, and to grow together, period. Now, Spectre doesn't always love this, what I'm about to say, but in my ideal world, 2, 3, 4 local companies should be getting together and buying a semi of materials. Now, Spectre likes that.
Absolutely.
But they've got to knock the price down, right? And
Just a little bit.
I think doing stuff like that is just the tip of the iceberg with your competitors. And some people may disagree, and just go ahead and disagree. That's fine. But when you can stop buying spin downs and split a truck 4 ways, it's a no-brainer, because there's 2 real big level conversations to be had about how you can make money in the gutter business. One is ripping off your employees and not paying them very well and keeping that extra little couple percent for yourself. That doesn't work. I don't recommend it. It's horrible for your culture. And the other main is to get your material costs down. Because if you're running at 28% or 25% or 23%, and I could show you how to knock 2 to 6% off of that, you live or die by 5%. And you say, well, if you live or die by 3%, if you're doing 3 million, meh.
Yeah.
Just a little teeny bit of extra money, 3% of 3 million. That's going to help you pay for that administrator. That's going to help you buy a new truck. That's going to help you pay for your kids' college. Now, what if you're only doing 1 million and we show you how to save 5%? No brainer.
Yeah.
It's kind of a no.
Absolutely.
We can show
Or
you how
give
to
you the
do
tools
that
to be able to, and be able to give you the tools to be able to make your business run, your office run more efficiently, right? Sometimes you don't always have to save on the back end with materials and labor. Sometimes you just have a more efficient office, less mistakes. Have an admin, whether it's in your office or virtual, that really handles everything that's coming in.
Yeah, 100%.
Sometimes the biggest killer for your business is missed opportunity.
Ooh, missed opportunity. And along with missed opportunity, sometimes that big killer mixed with you getting in your own way. I mean, that could be costing you tens of thousands, if not $100,000 a year. Kip Keppel once told me, this man might add, the guy's brilliant. But in the past month or so, Kip has had a level of growth, and I don't definitely want to take responsibility for that. He's not in my programs. We work together. I'm sure he learns little snippets from me. But this guy is on a direction to be a business mogul, and I just try to support it wherever I can. But he's on the who, not how. And I'm inspired for him to teach me more about that. But I also believe in that similar process of who, not how. And we're going to talk a lot more about that at the summit. We're talking about things all the time. I think when you get here and you're able to sit down, bring your worst ideas to us. Bring your bad ideas. Bring your great ones, and you might just need reassurance and a little pat on the back. Yeah, that'd be a fabulous idea, brother. Anything I could do to support that. But bring that idea that you've been mulling around in your head and you don't know if it's going to work or not. Bring that idea on over to this group, not just me. We have a powerhouse group of people that will support your growth. Let me give you an example. I like to use sports, Robert. And let's just say basketball. And let's say you're 20 years old and you've got some natural talent. You played through middle school, high school. You're not going to be in the NBA or anything, but you really like to make it to the minor leagues. And so you go locally and maybe you pay a trainer, some guy, a no-name guy, but he's going to teach you the fundamentals, basics, passings, assist, better shot form, all that stuff. That's great, right? That's a fabulous idea. But what if you were able, for a small one-time fee, I'm just going to throw random people out. They're not all my favorites, but you were able to be in a same room as Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, whoever your greats are. And I'm not saying that we are the greats, but I don't know anybody that can, as a collective, support and give as much information as my team. I really don't. And I'm not saying there's not a great group of guys out there that I could call out and name. There is a tremendous amount of education. I just got a message from Drew Whittick. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to meet up with him. Smart guy. Brent Vandersmack, smart guy. Tony Cobb, smart guy. Ryan Yearn, smart guy. The list just goes on and on. There's a bunch of you guys out there that are fantastic. I admire Michael Wood. That guy, I got to speak with him at the last convention. That smart guy. Tommy Brogdon, Kip Keppel, Nathan Hebert. The list just goes on and on. But see, they're not, as far as I see, they're not united. You hear what I'm saying, Rob? They're not united. These are all individual people around the country that have some great stuff going on.
We got to bring them together.
United. Yeah, we got to bring them together. And there's these little subgroups being formed, and that makes me so happy. There's not a one size fits all shop over here at Gutter Growth. We don't know every single answer to life.
Not everybody has the same problem either.
But we do know gutters. We do know gutters, and we know everything about. This is a very simple business, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not overcomplicate it. We're not talking rocket science. We're not building a new hydrogen car. We're not forming a militia to take over the government. This is the seamless gutter business, and we've got it figured out to a T. The answers are the same answers every single time, and what works, and what doesn't.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd like to think that I get it all figured out, but, then I meet guys like you and see guys like Corey, and I realize how much I have left to learn, and how no matter how long I'm in this business, I'm always going to have stuff left to learn. What's going on, John?
Tell me, why don't you run through here and see if there's any questions? Can you see the comments there? On the right side, sir, at the very top, there's comments.
Hey, there we go. All right. Sorry, I was in the chat for some reason. Hey, Michael.
Okay.
What's going on, man? Michael, I got the chance to sit down with Michael whenever we were at the House of Blues and talk to him about the product that he created. And he's got an interesting story and a very interesting product. So,
do you want to shout out that product? Michael Wood's now in Gutter Growth too, by the way.
I thought I saw him in there the other day. So Michael produces a product called No More Overflow. It is a new take on splash guards. So it actually doubles the size of the gutter in the corner and helps keep everything clean, right? So he told me the story about how he came up with the idea and how he had a customer that just wasn't going to take no for an answer. I have to have this done. I know you're the person to do it for me. And like I said, it took him, I think, months to come up with the absolute perfect design. But then after that, he came up with something truly amazing. But no, you're right. This is not rocket science. I mean, it's complicatedly simple, right? People don't believe that simplicity sells, right? Nothing in life can actually be that simple. There's got to be special word tracks or special formula. You have to hire some special gun, hired gun out there to be able to take your business to the next level. But really, it's a few simple key principles in business. And after that, it's just a lot of work. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. You have to take the time to put in the work. I mean, God knows for the first, for like the last 2 years, I've worked 6-7 days a week. I don't count my hours. That was one of the things that whenever I took on my position that I was not going to do was punch a clock. And that's because I knew that if I counted my hours, then my hours wouldn't count. Right. And
Yes.
so I just work as often as I can. I do everything that I could do while I'm in the office, while business is going on. And then after that, I go home, and sometimes, much to my wife's dismay, I keep working, keep reaching out to people, keep talking, keep helping, and doing what I can to push the needle forward. But
I noticed that Tony Cobb made a statement down here that I think is very pertinent. But I just wanted to jump back to Michael Wood. Michael, I think you're in the group, and I don't know if you've done your onboarding yet, but we have a AI-backed software. Well, Robert, why don't you just touch lightly on, you've already done your onboarding. You're currently setting up and using. We don't want to give the whole juice away. You got to come over to Gutter Growth. This is going to be a white labeled AI-backed software that's specifically for gutter growth. But you want to give a couple comments on that?
So especially for smaller businesses, guys that are, if you're still on the truck, even if you're off the truck, it's going to help automate some of those day-to-day tasks, right? And really help you come up with social media posts, because God knows, look, I can take time to sit down and write, but for my human brain to be able to come up with all of the right words to say, it's going to take me days to come up with one social post. And so Warplan AI helps to automate a lot of those systems. It also helps you keep track of all your relationships, not just with your contractors, but with your vendors and with your staff. There's the more I dig into it, the more cool little features and things that I find. And really, if you go into the connections section there and you look at all of the questions that it asks you about your employees, some of those things I didn't even think mattered, right? But the software really helps to direct you the way that you need to go in order to keep up the relationships with those folks that you work with. Or, well, in my case, work with, in a lot of your cases, work for.
Yes.
Same thing with secret weapons, right? Secret weapons, looking forward to doing my onboarding for that Monday, maybe Tuesday, depending on how everything goes whenever I get back. But, we've decided that it's time that we need more help. Because, again, I can only come up with so much content. I can only post so many things in a day. I'm only one person. And so it really takes a team. And for what you get a whole nother crew member for, there's no way you're going to be able to get a live in person or someone in your office to be able to do everything that Secret Weapons is going to do for the same price. Impossible. Me and Damien, we ran the math 6 different ways. And because I'm switching to Secret Weapons, not only am I going to have a VA that's going to help me out with all my social media posts, content creation, monitoring everything, but there's also going to be enough money in the budget to where I can finally hire a shop guy and stop sweating so much out there in the heat.
Look at that. So you found a program. Let me tell everybody about Secret Weapons. That's Secret Weapons, plural, .io. And this is a VA company that we own that's been built by the best, and it's tailored specifically for you. If anybody has any questions about it, you could also ask Kip Keppel. He's done his onboarding, and I don't want to speak too much on it, but if you need an executive assistant that is proficient, secretweapons.io. Secret
Look,
Weapons.
whenever I saw their list of when I saw their list of services, I was like, there's no way they can do all of this for that price. And whenever I talked to Tim about it, Tim said, look, as long as you got somebody to answer your phone, they'll do everything else. They're absolutely amazing. And whenever I find out that there's several other people that use the same service, I had to have it.
You guys are going to want to have it too. Times are moving fast. This isn't, hey guys, for a couple bucks every month, we could offer you this mundane answering service. That is not what a virtual assistant is. Like you said, as long as you have someone to answer your phones. I'll just run down just some of the opportunities you have with but the best way to say it is this becomes your executive assistant. You're going to give them access to your calendar, and then it's off to the races. They're going to prioritize their tasks. You're going to get them to know your heart. This just gives you more hands. I talk about it all the time in the gutter business, why I like hiring helpers that have no experience, because over the period of the 30 to 90 days, while they're by my side, I just have an extra set of hands. And while that muscle memory and brain memory starts to happen for them every time I put my hand out and they know I need caulk, because they're cognitive of what I'm doing, and I put my hand out, I need more copper pop rivets. They see me drop my drill or a tool or my snips, and I'm on the ladder, and they know that I immediately need that back. That's what an executive assistant's going to do for you. But calendar management, tasking goals management, scheduling of meetings, administrative support, filing and organizing documents, online research, organization systems. But the biggest one, the absolute biggest one is when tying all these together is that accountability partner. So I have an executive assistant, me and Tim, and I'm going to shout her out. Her name is Ange, and we have a go high level assistant, and I'm going to shout her out. Her name is Odie. And these two girls,
Odie's awesome,
under the direction of Abby, who I'm going to shout out, are the reason, with our vast gutter experience, that this thing is as magical as it is. I'll give you an example. If you guys watching live right now, you see sponsored by Spectra in the corner, you see the live gutter growth, you see all of the advertisements that have been coming out for the summit, you see all the branding, all of those nice gutter growth quotes. That's all done by our VA. It's all done by our VA. People ask me, and I was doing it when I was doing the podcast, right? Grant, how are you doing so much stuff? And you're doing podcasts, and you're doing all these shorts and these reels and Instagram. I still do all the custom gutter guy stuff. That's not their job. But gutter growth is on autopilot so that we can continue to take our education personally, because we all have mentors and coaches as well, to the next level, to stay innovative. And the best way to describe the solutions we have for you. See, me and Tim being in the gutter business, Tim now out of it, obviously, as far as running one, but we understand that we need to continue to be innovative for you in the way that we discuss challenges and create solutions. Lisa asks, what are the pros of a VA beside price? So Miss Lisa, I've talked about this openly, does a fantastic job for us. And she's in charge of some things that our virtual assistant wouldn't necessarily be. But
look,
organic social media. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Rob.
So I've looked into this extensively. This was not a light decision. I found out that my admin, she had recently moved and she was ready to pursue a career that was going to give her more time with her family and stay at home. I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. And so I reached out to Tim, went through everything, and found out, they're going to take care of all your paid social media stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to reach into their pocketbook, write out a check to Facebook and, pay for your social media stuff, but they're going to handle all of your boosted ads. They're going to handle retargeting ads management. They're going to help you with your social media engagement. If you're up 32 feet on a ladder, how are you going to be able to pull out your phone and respond to somebody's comment, right? So they're going to help you with that. They're also going to help you with your Google business profile, right? Help keep everything up to date, because that's very important. People want to know about Google ads and Google guaranteed and Google sponsored. Well, if people go to Google and your business profile is empty, so is your inbox, Nobody's going to know what you do, and nobody's going to know the quality of your work. All right. Same thing. They also take care of all your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. Was it Twitter? I think it's called
Yeah,
X
it's called
now, right?
X. It's called X, sir. Put some respect on that.
You know, really, look, whenever I saw that the level that you and Tim got to with the podcast, with all these lives and everything, with the graphic design, with all the video editing, look, it feels like I get texts and emails from you guys almost daily, right? And that's huge,
Yeah.
especially for gutter companies, right? So as you guys talked, as we've all talked several times about sales, and sometimes the customer is just insistent that they're going to get multiple quotes. If you're not staying in front of that customer, they're going to forget about you. They're going to remember the last guy that they talked to and not the best guy that they talked to, no matter how awesome you are, because sometimes it's just a matter of convenience. But if you're staying in front of them, there's no way that they're going to forget you, right?
100%.
So they also help you with all your reporting. They'll do all your monthly fulfillment reports, and they give you all your social media analytic reports. It's kind of them giving you their report card. It's pretty awesome.
Might I add that package we just talked about is the smallest package.
Yeah.
All of this stuff that we talked about just now is not like the premium package. That's literally your lowest. That's literally your lowest 40-hour-a-week package. So secretweapons.io, check it out. The man himself, John Majak, his executive, Abby, Tim Crouch, John, Grant Hubbard. Like, we've got stuff for you, and we've got more stuff for you. Absolutely stay tuned to what's happening over now till the end of the year. And well, just be prepared. We know what the gutter business needs. I want to go back to a comment right here, and I'm going to put it back up. Tony Cobb, he's going to be speaking along with John Majak and Tina Hart. These will be separate conversations. For any new listeners, Tony Cobb was my second boss ever in the gutter industry a quarter century ago. And I think it's just fascinating how full circle this is. And I'm not going to say he was my boss and I was this young kid, peon, but that was the case. And that now I'm by any means any bigger, whatever, than Tony. This guy is still fantastic and I admire him so much. But what he's done out hiking the Appalachian while not having to run his business is just what we want for you guys. It's just what we want for you guys. So I had said that gutters businesses is not rocket science. And he says, not rocket science, but so many businesses fail, so many things that you must do correctly. And when we say so many things, I'm just going to randomly say that there's about 10 key points. Come talk to me at the Gutter Summit about those key points. Come talk to me about why your gutter system can't break 500,000. Let's get you to the million. It's just a couple steps, and it doesn't include spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. You probably don't need that second or third truck right away. Remember, you guys can get 700,000 to $1 million on the very high side, out of one truck.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's up to me, you're going to get, 680 to 880 out of a truck based off your market and your current prices. Your salesman, maybe he's selling 72% of his leads. We need to get your prices up and get him more to that 55% price range. You're going to be amazed at why. Just come hear out why we want to do that. Maybe your salesman's only selling at 28%. There's a million reasons he might not be the right guy for you, but he also might not have had any formal gutter training from an expert. And I'm not talking about begging for the business. I'm talking about owners letting your salespeople know that these free estimates that the customers are getting are not free to your business, and they need to be taken seriously, and they need to be sold and followed up with. And you need a Yes or a no, not a maybe. Maybes are horrible. Now you've got to continue to keep them in your tracker and follow up and follow up. Just get a yes or a no and move on to the next one. Brandon Byers with the Grow for the 10% off. Fabulous. Hey, awesome, Brandon. Good job on that. I think I say your last name, Byers. I've been watching you a little bit, and it seems like you're an intriguing fellow. I'd love to have a further conversation. If you would, Grant Hubbard on Facebook, send me your email address. Let's get you that code over, get someone to follow up with you. Lisa, I'm sure she's going to ask the most difficult questions too, to try to make her husband look like he don't know what he's talking about. Who should expect to benefit from the seminar? Just owners, any installers or sales and office staff? She said,
I don't know. I think everybody. I mean,
take that one away.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, if you're an owner, it's going to help, right? Well, I say obviously, it should be obvious. But really, as an owner, I mean, again, we've been talking about building a network, building togetherness, right? And so if you're just an owner coming by yourself, you're one person hearing one message. Whereas if you bring maybe the head of your office, maybe your production manager or lead installer, somebody like me, your general manager, you're going to have 3 to 5 people that are going to be hearing the same message but take in different information. And so whenever you get back to home base and you sit down and you have that boiler room session, you say, okay, what did we learn? What can we implement? What ideas did you come up with? Now you've got a team that has grown closer and has unified their vision for where you're headed. And so absolutely, if you're an owner, come. If you're a general manager like me and your owner can't make it, come. You're going to be able to bring stuff back to the team. If you're an installer, right, that has vacation time and you want to come learn new techniques from Grant, because I heard you're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff, come learn from us. There's something for everyone.
I would say you not coming to the summit would be bad. It would not be good.
Absolutely.
Is that your business is going to be in the urn if you don't make it to the Gutter Summit.
Absolutely.
No, listen. There's a cohesiveness that happens in growth. What if you were reading a book and then you came in and you just took excerpts, right, to your team? You read a book over the last 3 weeks and you come in and you just give excerpts to your team. That's better than doing nothing, correct?
Absolutely.
This is you, Rob. Okay, but what if we all read it together, my brother? And then we all share excerpts and question each other and dig deeper. It's a no-brainer to bring your team. Do you need to bring your whole company? What's your pocketbook look like? Sure. Absolutely. But at least get your manager, or even better yet, you don't have a manager, but you've got this head installer that is like just constantly going above and beyond, and you're starting to transition your thoughts from fear to growth. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to use Rob as an example. I own a business, Grant's Gutters, and I've got Rob. He installs for me. You know, he does 800, 900,000 on his truck. He trains people for me. He's been helping growth. And I've always sat back and told Lisa, I said, we need Rob installing forever. But then all of a sudden I grew one day and I realized that Rob's such an integral part of our growth that maybe I could get that leader to build me more leaders, and that a stronger position for him would probably be management. But I constantly battle with this fear of, well, who else is going to install for us? We have those answers for you. We'll let you know how to go from walking that narrow path to having some options, because you know which way you want to go. And let's talk about getting Rob to take stuff to the next level and help you hire, help you train. He believes in your systems if you have them. If not, let's get Rob to be a part of designing those systems. This is what's going to happen at the summit. Not a bunch of people giving you some mundane advice. This is going to be powerful. I want to talk to you guys about your culture and how to win at culture. How to win at culture. Culture absolutely is going to be the most important part of you retaining employees. The most important part. The way that you reward, not just discipline. The way that you give an opportunity to the people that work with you and under you to understand that they don't have to leave. That their day will come that they could retire from your company. Some people might go, man, this is just gutters. I don't think people could ever retire. I could never 401k match. I can't barely offer insurance. You can. We'll help get you there. We'll give you all of the tools. It just depends on if you're going to want to use them or not. Rob, I think we'll take another question or two, and we're going to go back to enjoying our day. I'll tell you a little bit about what me and Rob are going to do today. We're going to walk across the street. I'm going to show you right here how close it is. Bring your kids in. Can you see it over there? That's the Fox Theater. They're going to be doing the live Lion King show. What an event. I'm probably most definitely going to make that myself. Yeah, I'm even thinking about bringing my children, man. I'm not going to lie, like this is a very huge moment in my life. I'm just absolutely emotionally blown away that this is still happening. I believe in it. I've wanted this forever. So thank you, Tim, John, and John for just accepting me into y'all's lives. This has obviously become much bigger than us changing the gutter industry. We're going after a lot of stuff. But after we saw the rooms yesterday, Rob, and I mean the room we're staying in now, I think I have a place for my kids to watch their dad like fulfill my dreams. This is my dream, bro. Like I got a lot more invested into this than just talking about gutters. Like, you know, you've seen some actions from me just here in Atlanta that you really have gotten to see my heart and soul, right? The way I take care of people.
The first night we were here was, you know, you hear people talk about how they have heart and how they care and stuff like that, but
most people don't.
No. And whenever push comes to shove, they show them their true selves. But, you know, the other night you really showed me exactly who you were. I mean, I kind of knew who you were. You know, even before I joined Gutter Growth, you were there with words of encouragement and helping me figure some stuff out. But Thursday night, you really showed me who you were. And more often than not, whenever that happens, it's like the Wizard of Oz, right? The curtain's pulled back, true self is revealed, and it's some ugly gremlin there that is selfish and just a horrible person, but that's not who you are. You know, you really care about people no matter what their walk of life is. And I say, man, it's an inspiration. It really was amazing.
This is so
I'm not
much
going to say
bigger
what
than
you did
gutters for me.
but
yeah, we don't tell. Helping people
I'll
is at
never
the
tell.
forefront. You'll never tell. Well, we fed some people that needed to be fed, and I went out of my way to find those people, right? And it's not for show. My wife knows I give. I go out of my way to find people that need help. My mission in life is much bigger than gutters, and I have massive plans for what my legacy will be. But I never hide behind the fact that I want to be as Christ-like as possible. And John Majek has taught me to do things with imperfect action. And Kip Keppel has talked to me about the who, not the how. And Tim Crouch affording me this opportunity to be his business partner, and he pushes me from behind. That post he wrote about me the other day, he's wrote a couple. It's just like, I don't question anymore if I deserve that. I know I do, but all it does is fuel my fire to just be an amazing human being to others and be as selfless as possible. Man, I love the guys in the gutter industry, but I love the homeless people too. And I have compassion for the diseased and the ill and the addicts and the amputees and our vets. And I like conservatives. I like Democrats. Like, I am not here to like look at the surface of people and pick and choose who I care about. We are all brothers and sisters in Christ, whether you believe or not. And I will treat people as such. So before I answer this last question from my wife and get off, if anybody needs any mental or emotional support, I'll be more than happy to pray with you. I'd be more than happy to invite you to my home or to my city and just let you talk about what else is going on in life, because so often people are not doing good at business, and they might actually be pretty good at business, and they might suck at life, because I have sucked at life the majority of my life, but I found a way out. I'd like you guys to read the book that John Majak wrote. There's some stuff in there that's going to like tell you that at the end of that path, that narrow one, it gets wider, and there's beautiful fields and mountainsides, and there's courage, and there's love, and there's compassion. And some guys are like, that's whack, I'm a gutter guy, screw Grant. That's cool. But there's a lot of people that are not doing okay emotionally, and as much as I can, I'd love to be there for you outside of gutters. Let's get you emotionally healthy so that you can run your business and that you can inspire others, your employees, your children, to be emotionally healthy. I've got stuff for you to help you be emotionally healthy. And it could be a hug, it could be a handshake, it could be a great job, it could be just listening. But I'm the real deal when I say that I care about you guys and I love people. And you don't have to earn my respect first, by no means. Yeah, we already have God's grace. We already have it. And I'm not ever going to hide behind that and say that this isn't the church and the state, and there's no separation here. So if you get involved with me in my program, our program, I've got something much, much bigger for you than just becoming badass at freaking gutters. I'm going to take you to another level, because that's where it's important. Last question here from Miss Lisa Hubbard. How do you know when you need to hire more people where it won't make things hard when business is slow?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What is the freaking, like, what do you want me
Because
to
you
do?
know. She knows you know.
I don't know. I don't know. So she asked me the question that doesn't act. Listen, some questions don't have answers, like off the cuff. How do you know when you need to hire more people where it won't make things hard when business is slow? I'll give you two things, and Rob, I'll let you tie in. If you know your numbers and you know what you can get off of a truck, and you know how far booked out you are, and you have all of your KPIs, and you understand and track what your sales do each month, each year. And if you haven't started to track that way, please do, because this is going to help support you in your answer to this decision. Demographics, region, rural, city, all these things come into play. But you'll go, my sales guys are going to sell X amount. We need to sell more than we produce. Correct, Rob? We always have to sell more than we produce. How much can we produce? How often are we just having an explosive month? Or is this now the direction that we're going because we're marketing properly and we know our numbers? So, Lisa, you ain't going to catch the cat with his tongue tied. And come to the summit. If you want to know, how do you know when to hire more people where it won't make things hard when business is slow? come to the summit. We will advise you based off of your personal situation, your personal business, your personal location. You're a pretty smart girl right there. I think you took me right into guttersummit.com. Rob, what's your thoughts? Yeah, they don't know what's coming. They have no clue. Right? The cat and mouse games of last night.
That was pretty epic.
Yeah.
But no, as far as Lisa's question, my uncle told me a long time ago whenever I started working, it says, look, if the train falls off the tracks, if everything goes to hell and you still can't afford it, you don't have it in savings, you don't have the ability to keep paying for your needs, your business needs in this case, don't do it, right? If you're going to have to hire somebody, train them, spend all that time training, only to turn around and fire them, you've lost way more money than just the hourly wage that it costs to pay them, right? You've lost hours of your life that you can't get back. And so I would say wait until you have sustained growth, right? Some people, like you said, you'll have a really good month. You get in the weeds, you get some anxiety going, you get freaked out a little bit that you're going to start losing customers or business is going to go downhill if you don't have this person. But if you don't have that sustained growth, then you're just going to hire them and then end up having to fire them. And look, there's nothing worse than having to apologize to somebody and say, look, I'm sorry. I hired whenever I shouldn't have. I know that you and your family needed this money and you needed this job, but I just can't afford to pay you. But Grant, you know where I get those tickets for the Gutter Summit?
Guttersummit.com. You're a wild animal, Rob. You're a wild animal. Hey, buddy, I appreciate you being on. Thank you to everyone that has continued to show us support. I love you, Miss Lisa Hubbard, and thank you for supporting me in all my journeys. That's my best friend in the whole world right there. I couldn't do what I'm doing without her 1,000%. Make sure you got the right person in your corner. Today, me and Rob have some more missions, some more eggs to flip, to scramble, and I'm excited that I've got you having my back as well, brother. I hope everyone has an absolute blessed Saturday. Remember, don't work too hard today. If you're working on Saturdays and Sundays and Monday through Friday, something's not right. Reach out. Let's get you spending time with your family and your loved ones. You guys be well.
All right. Ready? Let's go to the top.